Once, long ago, on this western seaboard of India, there was a place called Sudamapuri, where lived Sudama. He was a poor man, and his friend Krishna, a mighty lord. But the Lord's concern for the humble was limitless, and so Sudama was redeemed. Time passed. Where Sudamapuri was, Porbandar and its rulers came into being. In the Porbandar royal service was a man called Harjivan Gandhi, who bought this house in 1777. This tank, as old as the house, stored rainwater for use during the dry seasons. It served the family as well as the community's need for drinking water. Architecturally typical of its times, the house carved, colonnaded, a mixture of many styles. In time, as the family grew, Uttam Chand, Harjivan's son, added a fresh wing to the house. Uttam Chand was Diwan of Porbandar, but that never stopped him from doing what he considered was right. Uttam Chand's son, Karam Chand, succeeded both to the house and the job. Popularly known as Kaba Gandhi, Karam Chand was a man of rectitude and an official of high principle. It was the 2nd of October, 1869.
October 1869.
October 1868.
2 अक्टूबर 1869.
On that day, at this very spot, was born Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, 4th child of Karamchand and Putlibai. Putlibai was a deeply religious and self-effacing woman. Prayer, ceremonial fasting, looking after the huge joint family were Putlibai's main concerns. Grandmother Tulsima spent all her later days here. To her, as for the other members of the family, Mohandas was Munia, a pet name. For young Munia, the house was a place to explore and experience.
विपत पड़े हाजर रहो एवं द्यो वरदान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय.
Sensitive and innocent, he imagined ghosts in the corridors, spirits in the rooms. Darkness brought fear. The family maidservant Rambha told the child, Never be afraid. Recite the name of Ram. There is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Chakli na cha chhatri na cha ja jamruk na ja ja jabla na ta tapali na ta tha tharya na ta dagla na da એક તરી 3 2 તરી 6 3 તરી 9 4 તરી 12 5 તરી 15 6 તરી 18
Next to Munia's study room, a hobby. Flower pots to be tended, plants to be nursed. In the 7th year of Munia's life, an event was to take him away from the house. His father moved to Rajkot as Diwan of that state. 5 days it took, over country road and by bullock cart. Early school years in Rajkot, years of growth and approaching youth. When he was 13, Mohandas had to come back to his ancestral house in Porbandar. The occasion was his marriage to Kasturba. Even after marriage, Rajkot continued to be the place of residence. But the Porbandar house always remained the headquarters. Years later, in the very same house, his father dead in the meantime, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi sought his uncle's permission to qualify for the bar in England. This house witnessed other great moments. After his return from England, one day, Barrister Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was asked, would he go to South Africa as defense counsel in a case? The rest is history, the birth of Satyagraha. The South African interlude is now a chapter in Freedom Chronicles. Returning to Porbandar in 1915, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi received a rousing reception in the town hall.
પોતાની જન્મભૂમિ તરીકે આખી પૃથ્વીમાં પ્રખ્યાત કરનાર આપ મહાત્માને માનપત્ર આપતા આપની જન્મભૂમિના નિવાસીજનો તરીકે
From now on, he was the Mahatma, saint and father, leader of India's freedom movement.
5th November 1916, Koot Satyagraha. 18th September 1924, beginning of the 21 days fast. 9th August 1942. Gandhiji arrested in Bombay for the Quit India movement. 10th February 1943. Beginning of the 21 days fast in Aga Khan Palace. 15th August 1947. India wins freedom.
We made a fist with destiny.
Here it was, in Porbandar, that the epic story began. Its frontiers later embraced the world. And the Mahatma's word and deed became the heartbeats of a nation's life.